Hello, I'm Murray John, and this is Stamford Bridge, home of European champions Chelsea. We're here to discuss the Goal.com 50, and this time round we're talking about the top three with three experts from Goal.com. In one corner is Carlo Garganese, the international football writer. Opposite him, Peter Staunton, who's a Goal.com analyst. And in the middle, keeping control of the two, with me is managing editor Amar Singh. So the top three is Cristiano Ronaldo, Iker Casillas and Lionel Messi. No real surprise that Ronaldo and Messi are in there. Casillas somewhat of a surprise, guys. We'll talk about him later, but obviously Ronaldo beating Messi and beating him convincingly if Messi's third is the big talking point.
Well, it's extraordinary that Messi scored 73 goals, staggering amount of goals last season, and yet he finishes third on the Goal.com 50. But for me, I have to say that Ronaldo deserves to be number one. He scored a goal. He scored against every single team in La Liga. Obviously, Real Madrid won La Liga, and he was talismanic for them. And he also almost single-handedly took Portugal to the semi-finals of Euro 2012. So I think this was very much Ronaldo's season.
We talked about Iniesta, perhaps missing out on the top three because he didn't win anything with Barcelona. I think the same applies to Messi?
I would say so. Messi scored 73 goals. He broke record after record. Most goals in one season, most goals in a Champions League season, 14. He broke the all-time record for most goals for Barcelona, but he didn't win a major trophy. And I think at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. Greatness and success is measured through performing on the big stage, and Messi went missing in the most important matches for Barcelona. Despite his 73 goals, Ronaldo did it when it mattered. Messi didn't.
See, I think that Messi is at the moment paying for what has become the mundanity of his genius. I mean, how does a man who scores 73 goals in a season top that? How does he do something extraordinary? How does he convince us again that he deserves to be regarded as number one? I mean, we're never going to see the likes of that again. Somebody scoring 73 goals across all competitions, 50 goals in a league season, 16 assists along with that. I mean, we've just become so used to Messi's ability to astound every week that it ceased to shock us that, he scores a hat-trick and people turn away and go, okay, Messi scored a hat-trick.
But he'll top the list again, Peter, that's for sure. I mean, his time will come again. It wasn't his season this season, it wasn't Barcelona's season, but I expect him to top the list again.
Perhaps it wasn't Barcelona's season, but it certainly was Messi's season. I mean, the feats that he comes up with on the pitch every week are absolutely remarkable. And yes, individually, yes, but this isn't a team award, this is an individual award that we're handing out, and he was, in my opinion, the outstanding individual footballer of this past season.
But do you agree that he didn't score those goals when they were most needed? I mean, it's all very well scoring double hat-tricks against Numancia, but...
Ronaldo is a better footballer. I think he's a more rounded footballer. I think the system at Barcelona serves to serve Lionel Messi so well that he's become so accustomed to playing in that way that I'm not sure if he could play in any other team. Whereas I think where Ronaldo's greatness comes is that he's done it with Manchester United. He scored over 40 goals in a league season for them, 4 years ago odd. And he's gone to Real Madrid. He's played for, 3 different managers there now. And he's played in 3 or 4 different positions for them. And it's not a problem for him because he's quick, he's strong, he can head the ball, he goes off either foot, he's got great stamina, he never gets injured. The guy is he's an absolute machine.
It's quite a hypothetical.
The big challenge for Messi going forward now is what happens with Barcelona under Villanova, what happens with this project now and this new manager, and what can Messi do under this new team almost, or new project. And also, can he deliver at a major tournament? Now, he hasn't had the opportunity this summer, and Ronaldo did, and did very well and had a very good tournament. But the challenge is, can Messi do that? And I think if he's able to do that, if he's able to do it for Argentina, as we've seen him do it for Barcelona, then we'll be able to really truly measure his greatness in the context of history.
He's not going to be able to drag what is admittedly right now an ordinary Argentina team to any sort of international greatness. I don't think there's one footballer in the world who could turn this current Argentina team into a potential World Cup winning team. So I think, like coming back to the previous argument about international tournaments losing their luster and losing their grandeur, I think that, why should Lionel Messi have to deliver in an international tournament when he delivers in the Champions League every week?
But this is the point, shouldn't great players be able to lift we're not talking about ordinary teams, because Argentina are still a very good team, but shouldn't they be able to do that like Gerrard did against AC Milan?
Absolutely. And what did Maradona do in '86? It wasn't a great Argentina side. Maradona was an amazing player, and he almost single-handedly won the World Cup, and you can't deny that really. And I think that is the mark of a player. Yes, international tournaments are, a little declining somewhat in their importance compared to how important club football has become and how much we are in love with club football and elite competitions like the Champions League. But you've still got to go there, and you've still got to go out, and you've still got to win a major tournament. And Ronaldo and Messi both still need to do that. The key thing is that this summer, Ronaldo delivered the goods at the Euros. 2 exceptional games. His performance against Holland was exceptional. Ronaldo showed up at this major tournament. He did a great job, and that's why he's top of the list.
Okay, so Real Madrid win the Spanish league. Cristiano Ronaldo, we think quite rightfully, is at the top. Iker Casillas finishes second. Somewhat of a surprise?
I'm not surprised that Iker Casillas is at number 2, actually. I think that's a nod to the fact that he's won 2 major trophies this season, and I think he was integral to both Spain at the European Championships and Real Madrid in winning La Liga. I also think that Casillas plays a very key role in the dressing room. He's particularly for Spain, where he's unified the Barcelona and Real Madrid camps. It looked like there was a split developing, caused by the rivalry in the league, and Casillas has a very good relationship with players like Xavi and Iniesta, and he plays a very key role in that as well. So I think Casillas is a player that a lot of people on the Goal.com network really admire. He's one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time. He's emerging now as one of the greats, and I think he deserves to be there.
For me, I would take the opposite viewpoint, and I would say that Casillas is probably a beneficiary of the supremacy of Spain and Real Madrid. For me, he's always been a good goalkeeper playing in great teams, and I think that the fact that he, this year he's had a fantastic season, no doubt about it, in terms of trophies won, but I don't think he's any better a goalkeeper now than he was 10 or 15 years ago. I don't know.
The best goalkeepers are not the most showy goalkeepers, though.
I don't ask for a showy goalkeeper. I ask for a goalkeeper who doesn't parry the ball into his 6-yard box every time he has a shot to face it from outside the box. I think, no, that's unfair. He had a couple of bloopers this season, but overall he was extremely consistent. Yeah, he's
extremely reliable.
A very consistent goalkeeper who plays with some of the best centre-backs in the world in front of him. He plays, when he plays for the Spain team, he's playing in front of a team who's keeping the ball 65-70% of the time of any given game. It's hard enough to get the ball, never mind have a shot against them. But as Carlo said, he does make the saves when required. That's maybe once or twice a game. And likewise with Real Madrid, other than Barcelona and notable other teams, he doesn't really have a lot to do in a lot of these matches. And I think it's more of an homage to his longevity and an homage to his consistency that he's got this award. And also I think in the Rispetta per Italia in the last minute, I find that a little bit nauseating, a little bit irritating for me. I think it's quite disingenuous, and he's got no place to be saying things like that. And I think it's somebody who he himself believes to be among the elites and among the greats, and I think a little bit of humility wouldn't go astray.
I would say though, in defence of Casillas, in defence of Spain, we're looking at a Spain team who have achieved something historic here. They've won a Euro, then a World Cup, then a Euro. No country's ever done that before. Spain simply had to have a representative in the top 3, the Goal.com 50. And I think one thing that, if we look at the Ballon d'Or, there actually hasn't been a Spain winner of the Ballon d'Or during this time period, which for me is a little bit surprising when you consider what Spain have achieved. So I think there had to be a Spain representative in the top 3, and Casillas deserves it as much as anyone.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. Casillas we're unsure about. Messi misses out, and we think that's probably fair enough because the top dog in the Goal.com 50 is Cristiano Ronaldo.
YouTube.com/goal is full of stuff like this and proper football too. To make sure you don't miss out, just hit the subscribe button.